This is a guy who sabotaged the conservatives in the federal election, and he's done nothing but support liberals all along. Let's see. Here's Fat Carney, Doug Ford. He's the premier of Ontario. He's a progressive conservative. His whole shtick is that he's this kind of working class, gruff guy, no nonsense guy. But he's just been he was supporting Trudeau. He loves Mark Carney. He never has enough kind words and praise for Mark Carney. He's just a liberal. And then every once in a while, he'll do one of these things to seem like the tough guy. But he's just a liberal. He supported every economy and country killing thing that has happened under the Liberals. The Pleb Reporter says Doug Ford has a complete meltdown at today's press conference. He pours out an entire bottle of Crown Royal in protest of the company moving to America. Well, it's not the company moving to America. It's one bottling plant. He propped up the Liberal government for years. He's responsible for this. His theatrics don't fool me. So what's happening is Crown Royal, the whiskey brand, it's all made in Canada. This is where they make it here. Big, huge area here. And they're moving one of their bottling plants to the States. And the reason they'll be doing this is because of the tariffs and also because of the terrible business environment that has been created in Canada by Liberals, by the Liberal Party. So they're moving one bottling plant there. It's still a Canadian company. I believe the company is owned by a French company, I think Diageo, but everything is made in Canada, but they're moving one bottling plant down to the States. And it's totally understandable why they'd be doing that. You've got to be honest, after 10 years of Liberal rule, it's really inevitable, especially with the tariffs now, which Mark Carney has done absolutely nothing to resolve. So this is Doug Ford's response. Now, I guess he's not aware that there's a lot more jobs relying on Crown Royal in Canada. So maybe this whole act is maybe a little bit ill-considered, let's just say. Not that he cares. It's all politics. For him, it's all fake. It's just politics. And, I think a lot of people like him. They don't see through the act. This is a guy who sabotaged the conservatives in the federal election. And he's done nothing but support liberals all along. So he is not a conservative. In fact, he's a traitor to Canadian conservatives. If indeed he's even pretending to be. I don't even know at this point. Let's take a look.
And you guys are about as dumb as a bag of hammers for doing this. So, you know something? I found a bottle, and I don't even drink, of Crown Royal, right? I see that Crown Royal. I saw it at home. So this is what I think about Crown Royal. That's what they could do. And I think everyone else should do the same thing. Start supporting companies that make whiskey here by Ontario.
That make whiskey here. I mean, like here, which is still here. So it's one bottling plant that's moving to the States. But here's where they make it, in Gimli, Lake Winnipeg, off the shores of Lake Winnipeg. So do you mean a company like this, the company that you're pouring the bottle out? Maybe this is ill-considered. Maybe this is not the right rhetoric, right? Do you want to send the rest? Do you want to send this down to the States as well, Doug Ford? Everything is counterproductive with these guys. Everything. And by the way, he can't even pour it out because it's got the thing at the top there. But everything is ill-considered. It's just stupid. I mean, look at this.
People, that's what we need to do, is support each other. You know something? I'm going to make this even come out quicker because it's not coming out.
Support each other. Where were you in that last election telling us about how nobody knows more about economics than Mark Carney? This guy calls himself a conservative, sucking up to the Liberals endlessly, praising Liberal leaders endlessly. Give me a break. This is all just fake. This is all for show. It means nothing. Why aren't you criticizing Mark Carney? Why aren't you criticizing the Liberal Party who created this environment where this is happening in the first place? He never will, because I think he's actually one of them. There's so much speculation about him wanting to be the leader of the federal conservatives. That's never going to happen because too many conservative voters see him as a total and utter traitor to conservatism. Not that he ever was in the first place. I think he's more likely to run for liberal leader at some point, quite frankly. Again, he's a progressive conservative. Anyway, what a joke. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. Please like, share, and subscribe. Subscribing really helps me out. I thank you for that. I will see you next time.